think. Like, you have good playmaking through your mid jungle, a solid push on that bottom side as well with the Lucian Nami, the ability to try and set up for these early dragons, and a decent push, at least in both sides. Sensor being built a little bit more, and that can still give you a decent spike, but it isn't as potent as the Imperial Mantis.
No, you need a lot of autos for Art and Sensor to feel good, but now they might need to wait that long. One item, it might just be nothing, although great flash from Paddock. Hard reads the flash extension for now, but it does mean around level 6 we might have even more of an all-in threat from Paddock, and it does mean that Sheo, well, he might not have mid-prime.
But there's a lot of members of Shifters in the area as well.
Sheo moving up. Level 6 for Nuke, level 6 for Sheo. Q3 immediate ulti out from Nuke. Soul unbound as Vladdy just tries to live the best of his ability. Will be forced to snap back. Extend really early on the Ultra Mega Fire Kick. Could cost him. Sheo now moving in. Nice side step, but Vladdy could be in trouble if he follows. Sheo, disciplined, not really additional bit of damage. Top lane, we'll have to keep our eyes on it though as Rooster. Taunt to set up. Sheo starting to wander in. Overheat there for Sobero. Trying to keep Sobero baited into a false insecurity, but surprise, there's Elise in here. The equalizer has been laid down, but Sheo quick to follow. Resonating strike, flash auto to secure the kill.
Down towards this bottom lane, but with Culling now gone on upset, they didn't really get the hurt they were hoping for out of it.
Oh, hang on. Full committal here, locking Nuke into the pit, but pulling him out in the meantime as well. Vladdy unbinding his soul and rebinding it just like that as he sends Nuke to the grave.
Never mind, very great job by Razork in that mid lane, getting that quick kill. Sheo, I don't think you have the support you think to make this play happen.
Yeah, you are stronger, but you don't have enough people. There are 4 people there, Sheo. His body!
Used all their summoner spells. They don't feel confident to take the fight even in the 3v4. So instead, you're seeing the move from Razork up into this top side, tried to stake away. So he has one item, so you know.
I love Yone. I love Yone so much as a champion. Is nasty as hell. Equalizer. Just to push Shifters back. I think Sobero was hoping for a little bit more follow-up. Did not have it. Vladdy is waiting over the wall with the Q3. That'll fade away. Of course, Fnatic, anytime they get set up on the objective first, Vladdy has permanent access to Q3. If they're late to the party, it's a lot harder, but walking through this choke, very dangerous. Sheo trying to find an angle in. Nice ulti to follow. Just looking to take Sheo out of the equation. Immediate dash back. Not going to mean much for the side of Shifters. Unfortunate reality of trying to pin down that. Vladdy, this is his 3rd most played champion career long, is the Yone, but little moments like him moving in, chunking out Nuke right before an objective start has just made the game a lot easier. That said, Sheo trying to take things into his own hand. All in, committing on a Razork who flag and drags out and then jumps onto Nuke! And now they're getting snapped back and it's a 1v1. The Thunderdome, Razork versus Nuke. The Dragon Strike is there. Sobero to back it up. Lost Bus still living. Fnatic getting away with murder here. How are they doing it? Vladdy once again on the front line. Paddock, fire rains from the sky as that man is sent home in a body bag.
Absolutely roasted at the feet of Fnatic. The collapse, perfect. Sobero knowing that he had that TP to join in. And Fnatic get the dragon off the back of it as well.
And I'll be honest,
finish it off.
Oh, calm down. He got mega rage bait. I took his grump. Yeah.
The man is he back?
Is he back?
I want to say he's back.
Well, okay, this is the thing. Yeah, it's like it feels temporary, right? It doesn't feel quite clear as Sobero's life definitely doesn't feel safe on the top side. That at least is very clear. Paddock slowly walking him down. Equalizer across the board. A nice shutdown for Shifters. Their jungler didn't need to get involved. Paddock now the one roaming
in these side lanes. Now that 1 point of pressure on Sobero is off the map.
Razork attempting to mind control again. Will flag and drag through.
He actually got it.
He got it.
Yeah.
Upsets now. Culling to steal the blue buff. Razork is living. They can't just go. They don't have a Syndra. They don't have a way to just one-shot a dude.
We have to give them one of those comical like extendo punches. You know, the ones that you can press and then it
give
shoots
them some. They needed that in the draft.
Yeah. There's the new Acme movie coming out.
Yeah.
Cody versus Acme, I think it is. So yeah.
We'll see Shifters versus Acme after this one. Is Razork is once again there. Sheo getting cold.
Oof.
Folks, I don't like to say a game is over before it's over. But y'all have eyes. And Nuke is getting...
Nukes are closed.
Nuke's closing and praying that the monsters go away. My man checked under his bed, and there was a monster there. What do you do? He worked up the courage. We're still 2 minutes out from the Drake, but it feels like Fnatic are just going to knock down another tier 2. Shifters don't even really want to respond.
I mean, Shifters are trying to ARAM, and Fnatic were like, no, we didn't queue up for this, so we're going to go play side lanes.
Flash. Equalizer, tidal wave across the team. Rooster has now gotten involved. Razork has full committed onto Rooster. Not quite what you'd expect. Shifters are getting pushed back. Ultis to action, did not quite line up, although Vladdy's trying to move in on his own. Vladdy might have cost his life, is unstoppable, just barely able to make it back. Sobro overheating over the wall. That was 8 ultimates. Triple Ocean for Fnatic. Just like fine.
Everyone basically groups up together and you suddenly get like a ton of damage. But also the problem is everyone's probably diving for Paduk at the same time, which makes it hard.
Oh, Sheo might be dead. Kickback is there. Sheo trying to find an escape. Vladdy relatively low, does get healed up by Lost Buzz. Paduk debating if he can follow. But that is Vladdy's ulti, traded for Sheo's.
Yeah, but it's 20 seconds until Dragon, no kill, and you're losing now kind of that big dive threat that works alongside Razork, so kind of nullifying some of Fnatic's dive. Still, I think Fnatic should win this, let me be clear, but you can see...
Moving up, getting cold, the minions are there, the equalizer is down, Razork is in the back line, knock up on his stand looks decent, tidal wave hitting onto 2, Sobro debating if he can follow. Both sides throwing out a lot of ultis, but Shifters doing a good job of just backing away. Still, it's Fnatic with control of the river. Fnatic trying to poke Shifters as they want to take space, but a TP back now, coming in for Rooster. Eyes on the objective. Fnatic not quite focused on it. Vladdy stacking up the Q3, ready to unbind the soul if necessary. Sober off the side in trouble, forced to flash away from Paduk, who's starting to get some good damage. Vladdy over the wall, Q3 into Sheo, quick snap back to get away from Rooster. Dragon down, Soul in favor of Fnatic. Shifters debating if they want to follow up here. Nice knockup coming in for Razork. Rooster getting shut down. Resurrection now coming in from Razork. Will he lose his actual life? Exhaust on the Vladdy. Gonna be forced to snap back here in a second, but it's a double kill. His upset comes in over the wall. Looking for a knock-up. Down goes another Fnatic. Still 5 members standing strong. A TP in from Sobro. And Shifters falling apart. A 12,000 gold lead for Fnatic.
Paduk tried to be the difference maker, but it's Lospa who puts him in jail. Fnatic find the fight, and they should be able to find the game win.
If they don't, that would be very surprising. Fnatic, incredibly dominant fight, good patience on a lot of their cooldowns. And you can see Shifters, they're just too far behind. Even if they had won the 50-50 on the Drake, it's still likely that Fnatic wins the fight. And Fnatic continuing that streak of improvement that started last week, reminding us how good this team can be. They pretty cleanly win out on this game 1. They're taking their time fountain diving. That's a level of confidence you'll love to see.
Yeah, and I mean, I'd love to see this version of Fnatic, right? Like, this is a team now that I want to see succeed and see if they can continue this streak going.
We're going to have to find out, but for now, let's send it over to Analyst Desk to talk a little bit about that game 1.
Now, this Fnatic is so exciting.
As well, so like I think you kind of just snooker yourself a little bit if you actually end up playing this Taliyah bot lane. Plus, you don't get the value of Taliyah having those access to the side lanes and stuff. Really hinder you if you start to move around the map too much.
Yeah.
But it does mean that supports are going to be stuck to the bottom lane. Like we're kind of seeing at the moment. No, not stuck, but Stand is sitting in bot lane with Paduk for a lot more. As Gank, Nuke should be able to jump away from this.
Sheo's here. They might not want to jump away. Sheo trying to stack up. Monofoil going all in on Vladdy. Rocket jump forward, looking to burn him down, but Vladdy getting a little bit of an extra shield. Nuke looking to finish that one. Gets a reset on the jump. Now flash away. Razork will at least get the 1-for-1.
Okay, some nice holding off there for Shifters. The whole call is, look, Nuke is going to get so fed to all live in hell that he's just going to hard carry the game because of how good the matchup is. But at least having the early kill, maybe that becomes a little bit easier.
Ooh, nice flick back on an upset. Cleanse comes out, but doesn't stop Sten from just walking face first into him. Extended trade, though, still really not bad for Fnatic. Paduk's cooldowns are so long. Sten forced to flash away. Upset still has his flash. Well, that was a bit awkward. Flick back is once again good. Lost but finds a stun, but Paduk can't kill anybody. Needs some more items under the belt, most certainly. I like the call out, though, Rob. I do really feel for the balance team here, though. They're kind of caught in a classic biology dilemma of...
Paduk doesn't have mana. Paduk does not.
Oh, he's just
enough.
Minions? Caster minions?
Round war.
Vladdy not going to be able to get in. TPing in. Know that they have prio right now, and just looking to leverage Paduk's TP to stay active here. It is a battle for Raptors. Those little chickens. Raptors now going to go out. Lost but wants to kick things off. Razork already has level 6, but they immediately collapse over the Nocturne. Gets deleted. He can't even push his ulti button. Shifters in game 2, finding the aggressive angles. Things working out for them nicely there.
That was slightly psychotic from Lospa. I'm like, Lospa, I don't think you should have engaged there.
I agree, but sometimes you're stuck in the previous game where no one had any hard CC, and that's what it felt like here. This time around, though, things looking good to start off with upset. Flash forward, doesn't get the 4-shot, flick back! Oh! Fnatic fans, avert your eyes! Look away! Oh my god! So good from Shifters! So bad, and also embarrassing for Fnatic.
Oh, that is heartbreaking for Upset. The double CC preventing him from getting that 4th shot off.
Oh my god, it's just continuing.
Lospa?
Okay, Podok's kind of nasty on the Talia, I gotta be honest. He's hitting a lot of stuff in this lane phase. Across all of their previous games, starting to fall a little off the tracks. Shifters look a lot better when they have CC to play with.
6 for Sten, though, not for Lospa. That solar flare could be devastating.
Ulti goes out. Voidgrub's already taken down. Cheo gets deleted right as the fight kicks off. Sobro gonna find, Rooster gonna find the multi-man stun. We'll just leave strike away instantaneously. Vladdy getting very aggressive. All of Fnatic flashes the wall to keep things going. Podok, beautiful flick back. Fnatic way too far, but they don't quite finish off Razork. Now there's a Jackson melee range, but Upset is once again out of ammo. Furiously reloading his pistols. He starts to free fire, but the counter strike is finally there. One more bullet. Go for it, but he learned from last time. He learned he's not walking in. Rooster manages to survive. I've lost track, Rob. Who even won? The good news is Sten was someone who picked up one of those kills, which means the gold not in an ideal place for Shifters, but Sobero was looking in trouble. Now he's got a 3v2 in favor of Fnatic on the top side. Sheo, the one who's overstayed. The fear is there, and down he will go. The game of League of Legends, counting is key, and Sheo, well, he miscounted, is now re-engaged, coming in for Razork. Nice zone away. Fnatic has to be careful not to stray too far forward, though, as they're losing a lot in the mid lane. Bot lane similarly pressured now by the side of Shifters. Yeah,
they're moving into position to be like, hey, maybe you can contest this because Leona was top, but Razork not in a position to follow up.
Win today. They do need to win 2 games back-to-back, and right now they only have about a 700 gold lead as well as a Drake, as Sobero perhaps a bit over-eager. Public execution, a good start to the play. Sobero has to flash away in anticipation of what's coming, but Podok! And he's immediately TPing elsewhere to cover
Razork
mid.
is top lane.
Razork is top lane. Maybe he shouldn't have TP'd so fast, but no. The stun, not blocked by the spell shield. It looks like the empowered auto came in.
Yeah, it was, yeah.
And now there's a fight in the bot lane. Vladdy doing a hell of a lot of damage, relatively uncontested. Sten doing his best frontline. Solar Flare only connects on the slow as Lost forced to heal and try to walk away.
Another gank!
On the way down. They're ganking everywhere! Vladdy, another flick. This time they're forced to flash away. Vladdy desperate to try to get anything back, but he's getting burned down. The bomb is ticking, and Vladdy gets a shutdown! I didn't really see what happened there with Nuke, but he does die. It would appear to be tower, but Shifters are alive!
I think it was the empowered Q across the minions bounce. I thought it might have been the bounce there on the spell flux, but yeah.
Didn't quite have the angle.
Yeah, I thought the tower just barely hadn't finished off Nuke and it was that spell flux bounce, but yeah.
And I like what you said about Ducks. The flying V has been there from Podok. This man is on a mission to take control of this game. Highest KP alongside Nuke. The Nuke Duck combo looking good. Lospa, excellent pullback to stop that dive from going through it. Now Sobero's tanking the tower. Looks like they're going to lose one in the process. So as good as it looks for Lospa, it hasn't amounted to much. The cross map isn't too threatening quite yet. Lospa lives for a damn long time as the curtain call comes out, but this is going to mean Herald dropped in the mid lane, likely to break down that mid lane tier 1. Upset moving up to cover top lane, and the bot lane also uncontested, but Shifters now 2,000 gold ahead.
Yeah, doing a very nice job of just constantly moving. You can see where Fnatic are on the map. They're not in position to contest this.
No, they certainly are not. Nice to get the consolation prize of that kill. Razork, the sole remaining member of... So again, we're seeing, I mean, last game was a side lane masterclass from Vladdy. This time around, Nuke looking to do something similar.
Yeah, no vision for Fnatic here.
Lockup stun is there. Razork flashing away. Still likely going to die. Vladdy doing his best to cover. Nice knock off the wall.
Wait a sec, that's a lot of damage.
That is a lot of damage. Sten now in trouble. Ulti, public execution, the fight continuing. Podok's gone a little bit too far. Shifters, no! You've thrown it all away! Realm Warp in. Shifters, is this your time to fight? Blast Cone is there. They're locked up. They're rooted. Can anyone hit the Blast Cone? No is the answer. Shifters running for dear life. Ulti out is not going to happen. Vladdy snipes him with the overload, and Fnatic even things up.
Fnatic turning that play around was the 1.4k gold lead. Like, he is the focus here, and if he can find some of these plays, the Shifter is trying to retake position.
Shifter's determined to take Razork out of the equation, whose spell shield is now gone, turning right back on Sheo, trying to get tricky with it. Public execution doesn't hit. Sobro forced to flash over the wall to look for the follow, but Podok is once again caught out on the backside. Nice flick back from Paduk, keeps the fight going, and Rooster in the midst of the team doing a hell of a lot of damage. Nuke allowed to free fire for a moment. That's the reset. Looking to bounce across the entire team. Flash forward, one more auto, another reset, but he gets knocked out of the sky. The claws of Razork seal the deal. Oh! Oh! Skeet shooting in the bottom lane. That duck ain't going nowhere.
That's one where the dog pops up, gives you 2 big thumbs up, and you're happy out. What a shot from Upset. And Fnatic are taking this game back.
I cannot believe he shot a duck out of
Vision.
it.
Nobody from Fnatic is shown on the map. Lospa, great play as well. Hiding off a Vision to find this as Shifters overextend. It looks a little dicey at this point, but Sobero has a very tanky stats as Lospa.
Yep. Now hold that thought. Razork turning the lights off for a brief moment, running for dear life. His double TPs are on the way. Fnatic did manage to grab the Baron in the time of that replay, and will walk away with all 5 members standing pretty massive. Shifters kicking themselves after that last fight, costing them so much in the end. They might try to go for this tier 2, but it's still a bit of a tough take.
They kind of feel like they need to. They use triple
Been
T.
able to salvage it to turn it in their favor. They won't get to do that yet.
Risky from stand. You have many members of Fnatic here, even the Realm War potential. Lospa wants to fight.
Lospa very determined to fight. Celestial opposition about to fade away. Lights turned off. He's the first damage to kick the fight off. Razork staying in range. Nice backstep to get away from the seismic shove. Is Vladi now on a rampage. Sten taken out of the equation. Man advantage for Fnatic. Nothing on the map really to play for.
And everyone on Fnatic can now cover.
And look, they have Tristana. Like, they can kill Baron relatively fast on Shifters, but they just don't actually have the time or the prio to clear
the lowest out of any of the carries on any of the teams. The Talia just isn't doing enough at this point in time. And while Nuke did get off to a good lead, he's not really having that big threat. At least with IE completed, he can be a nuisance in these fights. But not if Fnatic close on him.
Lights turned off. Engage coming in. Down goes Paduk. Public execution uses the backline. Unstoppable, not unkillable, however, as Fnatic Realm Warp in, trying to keep the fight going. Vladdy gonna get stunned up. Rooster able to try and dissuade Fnatic from falling, but Upset is so damn powerful. 4 shot on to stand. Deadly Flourish, a nice sidestep, keeping things in their favor. Razork walking up. Upset now unstoppable as he manages to take down Sten, and Fnatic can just turn right to the Baron.
Yeah, easy pickup on the Baron going to be for Fnatic. Really great job on the engage, and like this is what I think Fnatic have been so good at over the last couple of series, being decisive in their engages. Like the immediate TP from Sobero, Fnatic popped the Realm Warp, Curtain Call is there. It's everything functioning as a unit so well, and Shifters unfortunately just are being barreled over by Fnatic at this stage of the game.
Cheo ready to ult in, ready to do what it takes to steal the objective. Whatever it takes, he does it! Yeah! He can't flash out. He completely messes that part up. But Fnatic, that was play this champion. I do think he had a much more active early game, but it's not been a good one. Speaking of not a very good one, Paduk running for his life, but look at that jump chase! Look at that little wiggle, it's the cutest thing I've ever seen! Not for Paduk though, he's dead. We're gonna need to see that one again too, observers. You've offered me this power and I'm not willing to give it back. I need to see the wiggle.
Oh, Paduk, that's so sad.
He had the right
follow
instincts.
the entire way, and the fact that there's
Nuke does damage. Nuke does a lot of damage. Nuke just going to start to walk down Razork. Razork not quite sure if he wants to turn. Rooster finding a bit of CC onto Vladdy in the meantime. Nuke off to the side though in trouble. Sobero starts the chase. Rooster effectively unkillable. That's a big shutdown. Nuke now with a reset on the jump. Presumably stun though not going to land. Rooster going golden. Nuke can't really walk up though, so that's probably just a dead. Jax is going to jump backwards. Curtain's being called. Bullet going to connect on Nasheo. Second bullet on Nasheo. Oh, that last one! Landing under the key target. Nuke once again sniped in the fight. Cannot get an honest battle between him and Upset as, well, Nasheo, not long for the world. Double kill for Fnatic. This game, much better for Shifters in the early game, but as has been the story for the entire season, it is simply not enough.
Yeah, Fnatic find their way back in the mid-game, punishing some of those overextensions from Shifters. I mean, inhibitors falling. There's still 30 seconds on the top side.
Another engage, decent attempt at the flick from Paduk, but now that they're on top of him, there's really nowhere for him to go. Fear Tether still connects. Upset goes godlike. Fnatic. The early game looked like it was falling apart, but Razork held steady. As now leverages advantage into those big fights in the jungle. Shifted things back in Fnatic's favor. 8,000 gold to end it. Fnatic take down Shifters 2-0. Moving up to a 3-3 scoreline.
Nicely done by Fnatic. It looked a little dicey in the early stages, but punishing well, moving around the map well, and upset with some kind of John Wick bullets in that one to find a few shots that were sick.
All fantastic options. Still so frustrating for Shifters because it feels like this was much more in the right direction. A lot of things that they were looking for did work out, but ultimately Fnatic were just that step above.
Give you a ton of resources and make sure you get the lead that you want, or we can try and create an isolated matchup for you, so then you just win through having a good lane matchup. And
certainly is. And Rob,
well,
already, look at these massive gold leads across the board already. Wonder getting aggressive. Mirwin likely going to be forced to flash here, but Skeens taking his sweet time, waiting until there's really no angle out. Mirwin dropping for first blood. Skeens a little bit caught off guard that there wasn't even a flash there. A nice start for the side of SK.
I'm not going to lie, Mirwin, you shouldn't have died to that. They had vision to spot out where...
The wave. Maybe a battle for Drake. Drake already started, excuse me. All in on the top lane, though, is Mirwin. Level 6, Wonder the one who got that support, and Wonder the one now running for his life. Shock Blast, we're not even going to look top. It doesn't connect. Wonder just barely able to take over level 6, but that's first Drake for the side of MKOI. Reset time.
Leaves his Krugs, knows that he won't hit 6 and be in time for Scuttle Crab top, so assuming the Scuttle Crab take top, Elyoya now making a play on boss.
Mickey, nice sidestep. That's going to be crucial. Manages to get through. Pulls Elyoya in with him, but he's not quite under the tower. Yappa forced away. SK overall still losing flash and heal in this mid lane matchup. Keep in mind, Slowq already burned the TP.
Dive bot lane.
Dive bot lane looking good. Yappa level 6. Vi on the way in. Realm Warp is there. He's doing what he can to clear the way, but again, the bailout is there. There's really just nothing that can be done. Alvaro beautifully tanking the tower. Quick, clean kill pickup from MKOI.
Mickey flashed in the hopes that he could get the Cosmic Binding through Jojo Pion onto Alvaro, but not to be the case. And that pressure from Jojo spilling over the bot lane into a great gank setup.
That it is. MKOI not going to opt for the redive, instead resetting around as Elyoya is still powering through that jungle clear, and it's really only Skeens with an advantage on the side of SK as Supa really starting to pull ahead. 20 CS advantage on top of the kill. Oh, Mickey. No, that's... that.
False confidence with Skeens taking the red buff. I think they lost track of Elyoya a little bit, and Mickey pays for it there. Didn't have any sort of support. But Skeens got red, so jungle happy.
That's a 1.3k gold lead for Supa. And it doesn't matter because he pushes the wave out and immediately resets, so now he gets to spend that lead. Already has static. Hold that thought, because at least they're going to be able to get something done in the mid lane. Never mind. Whoa! That is instead could be the center of their attention. They did push out bot lane.
I think Soup is too low for MKOI to really contest this. Mickey going to spot them out.
Mickey only manages to connect onto Alvaro. Nice backstep from Supa. Handshake back. Mickey likely, well, he's at the very least in trouble. Gravity field down. Mickey going to try to make his way. A nice stun lands in. Supa going to be in trouble, but he kills Mickey. The bailout is clutch. The body blocks are not enough. The Raptors managed to finish the job. It is a shutdown in favor of Slowq. It might have been the Deathfire touch.
Yeah,
I'm not sure.
So. Yeah, Deathfire touch is curtain call shot from Yappa.
Look.
And they lose bot tower.
And they lose bot tower. Mickey is trying a little bit too hard to make these plays. He's taking a lot of risks that just feel a bit unnecessary. I love an aggressive support as Jojo now in trouble. Sidestep not nearly enough. Yappa was able to grab that kill. So another kill onto Jojo. Things aren't actually too bad for SK if you ignore the giant gaping hole
behind now.
That is Supa in the bottom lane. 1.7k advantage. Can they find this shutdown? Skeens finds the knockup. Good follow through. Mickey on the chase. Supa will finally fall. Yappa hoping to find the kill. It'll instead go to Wonder. And the gold's just even now, except for Mirwin's now grabbing something else.
Yeah, so
they're just going to now try to take everything.
Yeah, SK are giving way too much space towards MKOI. Especially if they can start to have multiple positions as Mirwin. Losing the 1v1?
1v1. Overheat is really well timed from Wonder. Mirwin flashing out of that one. Wonder, E-flash! Solo kill for Wonder. 2-0-1 now the scoreline, but in the meantime, his team is losing the Drake.
Still, you need it. And just goes for it, yeah. Mirwin not connecting with the burst damage he needed on that Q was pretty crucial.
Oof. Nice little wait for the movement to start. E-flash in to secure it, but that's going to be the Herald. They picked up moments before. Fight now breaking out. Mickey off to the side. The cease and desist comes down, and he is already dead. R flash forward from Alvaro. Flash back in response from Yappa. As Wonder gets lower and lower. It's a double kill for Supa. All that gold invested into this 80 carry paying off as MKOI finally find a fight.
That was brutal from MKOI. SK, kind of, if not, sure, play back and then like use the fact you are squishier to not be in harm's way.
Oh, all in onto Mirwin here. Tower turned off for a brief moment. Power the Tempered Fate. Binding connects, and Wonder grabs another good side lane pick for SK as they try to shift things back in their favor.
Yeah.
Jojo Pune already pushing in top wave though. And now MKOI perhaps looking for a counterpunch. 4v3, they're gonna go in anyway. Elioya about to fall for that one. Does manage to flash out. Curtain call coming in. Shutdown is there. MKOI did not do the math. The fist fight breaks up between SK members. Likely this bot lane is going to fall now. All 5 members of SK are here. Excellent handshake from Alvaro to stop the play in its tracks. But Jojo Pune is still pushing.
Yeah, I think SK, though, made the right call. Like, you have to sacrifice something. Sure, it'd be the tier 2, and Jojo will get some gold, but you got 2 kills. You get a tower for yourself as well. I think you had to make some sort of play like this, as long as they don't get caught on the punchback.
Double TP in. No Tempered Fate for Mickey. Supa continuing to walk up. Decent chunk. Mirwin now recognizing that maybe he sticked around just a little bit too long. Mickey once again on the chase. Mickey fishing for redemption, but all he'll find is an early grave. Supa down. Rob, what is happening? If they take Supa out of the equation, MKOI are actually pretty far behind. Second item still not completed for Yappa, though, means it's still a pretty excellent fight timing for the side of MKOI.
Yeah, SK basically seeing that ward now and realizing that the trap they're trying to set up isn't going to work. But Mickey,
lock up there. SK debating if they respond. Initial interrupt, but Supa caught out. Supa locked down. They're hoping to find the bailout, but they managed to burn it before it can come through. SK now turning onto Elioya, frontlining as best he can, but they managed to salvage the fight. Yappa, 2 bullets left in the chamber. 1 more in the clip. He makes it happen. Another kill to come through. Jojo Pune tries to style his way out. The Realm Warp takes him away, but not before SK find 3.
SK finding the dragon. I was going to say off the back of it, not convinced they can go for it without having their jungler there.
They have to be scared of. That said, it did not stop Supa from picking up his 3rd item. But in the meantime, Yappa has picked up an IE, so he's continuing to get more powerful. SK shouldn't be able to contest this one. Going over the wall, though, they found themselves locked up. Ulti now used. Stun has connected on Supa. Mirwin fishing for the flank. Skeen's taken out. Yappa, 3 bullets left, hoping to find something as Wonder's already chunked away. The dragon still has not fallen. The dragon resetting. Wonder on a killing spree. All in is Mirwin onto Yappa. He'll be able to find the kill. It is Slowq and Mickey. A nice stun to interrupt the ball breaker. Slowq not repositioning the ulti for some reason. I don't know if it would have even mattered. Slowq down. Mickey, the last man standing. Elioya and Mirwin holding the line. Turning their sights back as Mickey runs for dear life. He managed to pick up a chime. Running, sprinting.
There's a rise on the way, though.
Praying for the chime spawn. The Q goes wide. Mickey will fall. Ace for MKOI.
And they'll turn back. Finally, they're doing a really good job of not basically passing the line that they have. As Mirren,
Mickey goes through. Yappa now locked up. Ulti onto the rest of the team as Yappa flashes out. That's pretty much a perfect start despite the initial disaster. Yappa running for dear life, but the ulti is there as he starts to auto Mickey. Hits the plant instead to heal up. Ulti reset now coming in from Slowq. Slowq trying to make the difference as Wonder goes golden. Jojo Pune on the side. Mickey going in. Flash Q into the wall. SK, they're finding a way in this fight as Supa holds on for dear life. McHale's is there. Running back into the midst of the entire team with the exhaust. Right on Q. What the hell indeed, Rob? SK ace MKOI.
SK don't die at all. They barely managed to escape on any health.
What? I am shook. I am flabbergasted, and I don't even have time to be that. Setup from Mickey is good. Q timing is also good. Immediate fall from Skeens. Yappa from downtown making it look easy. Alvaro running for his life. Bailout is there, but no one nearby looking for a kill. Red Bull Baron power play looking damn good for SK Gaming. They were
out of this.
They were out of this. MKOI, I mean, they kept it close. They gave up so much to keep it close, and it has paid off because 3 items now for Yappa. He's hitting like a truck, and MKOI, despite how incredibly fed Supa has been, have not been able to leverage his lead. And now SK can fish as much as they'd like. Bit of poke on Jojo Pune. Immediate ult onto Jojo Pune, running for his life as the curtains have been called. He's forced to flash away, but the ulti resets are still coming. SK are unrelenting. Locket keeping Mickey alive.
It's Mirren staying alive that may have just held onto the game, but SK, they want to reset. They want to teleport back in. SK looking to end the game right now. It's going to be a 3v5.
After yesterday's performance, it felt like SK were done. It felt like anything other than an 0-2 was too much to ask for this lineup. But in game one, they have weathered the storm. They have found their way back in. Skeen's almost going to kill Mickey, but the Q still connects onto Alvaro. Root there on the deadly flourish. Flag and drag through. Supa put into the Cataclysm, flashing away as the Nexus is starting to fall. One tower left standing. Mirwin dropping as well. 10 seconds left on Elyoya. The wave being ushered in. SK keeping their playoff dreams alive with a victory in game one.
SK snatching that game from the jaws of defeat in one of the most miraculous team fights I have seen in years.
Everybody's amazed at the last team fight, the one that got you the win, basically, that looked completely lost. Can you talk me through it, Joppa?
I think our draft is like pretty good, and just playing on range. They only have Vi as engaged, so if you avoid the Vi, it's hard for their carries to hit in teamfights, so we were just playing into that.
Okay, I mean, you needed to win at least one game to stay alive in the race for playoffs. Tell me a little bit about how that went through your mind, because you did it.
Weren't thinking much about it. We was just focused on the game and taking game at a game.
For sure. You can join your team game by game.
Playing for Mirwin. A lot of pressure on him to perform. We know how impressive and how frustrating this champ can be to play against, and how good it will be against SHFT. You will not be able to peel him, but nothing really SK
this
can
is
do
risky,
about
though.
this.
SK have moved. That's what like
2K, 1K. Elyoya smite secured. Yeah, a little bit indecisive from SK. We saw the same thing in the previous game. There's some moments where it feels like they're a little bit uncertain if they want to go for the contest.
Yeah, it was very risky because you had push on bot lane for Yappa and Mickey. Level 6 being hit by Yappa as well. The only, I think, saving grace was that slow Q had actually moved in towards this top side. Ooh, as a nice deal from Elyoya, but damage.
Kick back, looking good on the slow Q. Slow Q really just nowhere to go. Flashes over the wall, instant double flash follow. He's gonna walk back into enemy territory, but there's just nothing he can do. A nice little pick coming in for slow Q.
Eventually falls. But first blood for Mirwin. I mean, the reset timer, nicely there. And SK basically saying, hey, you think
A bit of a terrifying prospect to slow Q. Just make sure he doesn't get caught out by the hook. The previous death a little bit unavoidable as MKOI committed just about every flash they had to find it. But now in the isolated 1v1, Jojo going all in, just takes him out. Slow Q just got wrecked.
huge
Scary on that side lane. Slow Q is going to be one vulnerable mage, and it's not like anyone wants to play Ashe side lane either. Hook lands onto Mickey. Good ready with the Abscond Duck. Nice combo coming through. Doesn't quite connect on a slow Q. Mickey drops down. An excellent pick from MKOI.
Yeah, great play from Alvaro, and this is what we were saying. SK are struggling to make this composition work.
That they are, Rob. I understand the power of the Ashe there.
Yeah. I'd like to see Skeens get a little bit more involved in things, because it does feel like he's kind of just full clearing, but yeah.
TP in, Yappa gonna be in trouble. Skeens is now involved in things. Ulti, double suppression. Yappa doesn't have damage to kill any of these people, and now it looks like Skeens is going to drop down. Slow Q waiting over the wall. Nice scatter, but that Olaf is immune to CZ. Wonder on the side. Bounce House bringing down Mirwin. Yappa now allowed to unleash with a Hunter's Focus. But not nearly enough damage. Backstep on the hook is good. Now Yappa can finally step up and get active, but Jojo Pune is still there, right up in his face. Finding the kill. Wonder running for his life. MKOI slaughtering SK in the fight.
Wonder, oh, he super gets him.
Sidestep, double bounce, red buff.
Not quite. Wonder able to escape, but that was close to being a delayed ace for MKOI on the play. Slow Q, which enables Super then with the arcane shift forward to finish off one. Wonder's just trying to run for the hills because he knows if he sticks around any longer, he's going to fall as well.
Bah, nice kick.
Agreed. Nice kick. You call it out. Jojo Pune agrees with you. SK getting dunked on. Yappa now in trouble. Nowhere to go. Another kick connecting. Elyoya is nasty with it. And SK going to try to get one kill back. Another tower shot connects, but a quick ward hop out from Elyoya. Things are rapidly going from bad to worse. The Slow Q now in trouble. Kingslayer not doing too much damage, but Slow Q really just not able to survive on that side lane in isolation.
Yeah, Mickey was trying to block the arcane shots, or the mystic shots.
So much work, but Slow Q falling behind in the 1v1 has cost them so dearly. And Yappa and Mickey not being able to find good angles has been bad for them as well. Empowered Blast Cone. That's going to be Ulti picked up. Ulti traded back. They're just charming each other, but Mickey's in trouble. Nowhere to go.
I mean, Syndra's in trouble as well. MKOI are here. SK going to be forced to back away. They don't even care about the dragon. They want the tier 2.
Fully focused as a red buff is being stolen right now from Mirwin. MKOI really doing whatever they would like in this exchange. Wave slowly being cleared by the side of SK. Jojopyun dashing forward, does not connect on the abduct. Mount up though means he's caught in the midst of the team. Ulti there now, responded by Alvaro. Skeens continuing to barrel forward. Wonder off on the side. Rage stacked, but there's a Dragon's Rage ready to go for Elyoyo. He can just kick him right out and into one more. Slow Q using a bit of HP. Shift backwards. SK getting out that previous game. Than it is for MKOI to play out well. They're almost 2,000 gold lead in bot lane, 1.5k mid, 1,000 in jungle, 1,000 in top lane. Hell, even Alvaro, 600 additional.
Side lane.
I mean, what they're going to do is they're going to press scatter. Then they're going to push arrow, and they're going to push ulti, or they'll wait for Supa to overextend. Cleanse, he gets pulled back anyway. 80 carry dying on mid-wave. TP in. SK hoping to turn the fight, but that is one very fast Olaf who did not auto Skeens for some reason, and now his ulti has faded away. So don't be deceived. Yeah. Oh, hook there. Wonder on the chase. Skeens on the chase. Supa poking. Lots of damage. Alvaro has survived. Chemtech is there.
Supa doing work as well here.
Oh, still chasing forward. Slow does connect. SK now retreating. Ulti connecting. I think they just start Baron. Nope.
I don't know if they have the health bar for us. Yeah. So I think they actually. Oh wait, Supa.
Oh, Supa. SK praying that Supa goes too far. He does. That's 2 times in a row. That's rough. Chemtech Soul is secured, and it should have just cost the tower, but instead
Jojo?
now SK trying to up the pace of the game, running forward. Abscond already used by Jojopyun. They just have to wait for the abduct to expire. No! Yalpa just sidesteps it, continuing to walk up. Stolen! No! Ultimate into the wall from Jojopyun, but the knockback from Slow Q is just in time. Goes Golden. A freeze frame as he's about to slam down the chains, but it's a shutdown now. MKOI starting to fall apart. Elyoyo pulled back into the team! They're doing it again! How are they doing it again? Mirwin is CC immune, but he's not damage immune. SK! Find 4!
There's no world that this happens a second time. How in the hell? Like, you can see the frustration on JoJo's face there. That's insane that they keep getting caught.
What is that? Bro. Oh! Okay, no. What is happening? It's not real. I'm not allowed to say it, but it's so funny when he does. What are you doing, MKOI? Can they find the fight? Alvaro, the start of this fight not looking good, but Supa for now completely untouched. Wonder waiting off the flank. The Chemtech Soul is still there. Decent ulti kicks things off from Mickey. Jojopyun now finally getting involved, but they're already dying. SK! How? How?
JoJo don't get caught. He's going to have the ultimate. At least that'll give him something, but that's already 2 members down. Wondrous just takes them out to the side. How the hell are MKOI losing this again? They just walked in. I mean, the entire group separated.
Bro, we said at the start of the game they're super short range. They need to get a snowball, and they did get the snowball. The snowball was massive. It was gigantic. It was a freaking avalanche, and SK stopped it and turned it on its head. Now they're marching down the mid lane, breaking open the inhibitor line. I thought I was flabbergasted in game 1, but we need a stronger word, weird Oxford English people, to describe the amount of surprise.
Tech Soul, oh my god,
We started talking about
unlosable.
flan.
We start talking about Irish desserts.
Oh, yo,
Arrow, okay, close. Tier 2 about to fall. SK back on track. Slow Q, knocked back. Decent poke to kick things off. Goes Golden to interrupt. Ulti now coming in. Mickey made trouble. Jojopyun off on the flank. Stolen Seraphine ultimate is good. Elyoyo into the midst of the team. SK taken down in the blink of an eye. MKOI turning it back. Abscond, abduct. Double kill for Wonder. Not enough to stop the tide of MKOI. But a mid lane inhibitor is exposed. There's a control ward there getting furiously pinged as well. Wonder at least makes his way out of the fight, but MKOI fight back. Celebrate him, but if he wins 2-0 here, there will be plenty of time. First top laner to have such an achievement. Scatter now used. Arrow goes in, connects onto Olaf. Not an ideal target. SK starting to back away. MKOI know that they're going to be forced to fight. Hook in onto enemy jungler. Alvaro going to get used. Encore used. Jojopyun on the flank. Abscond, not going to connect. Alvaro now in trouble. Wonder using the Gnar. A lot of key ultimates missing. Arrow going to be picked up. CC immune is Mirwin. Tearing through the team. Jojopyun to follow. Mickey still standing. Slow Q still standing. Wonder wants to make the difference. Eyes on that little Yordle. He's getting angry. Actually, he's a little bit sleepy, but it does not matter. He finds another. Jumping in. Oh!
might be a one trick, but it's a damn good trick. SK with a triple kill. They're gonna 2-0 MKOI.
6-0 and 7 for Wonder. But SK lost the early game both times. MKOI picked up this series and threw it out the door. But SK was somehow 2-0 Movistar Koi.
I don't know how it happened, but I know it ended in an SK 2-0.
How did he get here? How did he get here?
I think, can we just replay that Yappa quote? That's what I just want. Again, words.
I can't think of any, but luckily production has put some in the prompter. Vote for your...
What? I'm at such a loss for words, man.
Well...